All right, I'm on hole number 7 of the 2020 Winter Major. I'm in Tuesday's qualifying round in the Rookie Division. Excuse me, Wednesday's qualifying round in the Rookie Division. Let's go to hole number 7. Now this is, I think of this as we have 2 tests. Hole number 3, we have to get the eagle on hole number 3. And I know it's tough, and I know that to enhance your odds, you need to bring out a 5 power ball. And if you don't have any, I'm sorry, but I didn't make the game. I don't make these holes, and that's just how they do it. I mean, that's why they sell those balls. When you're thinking about buying balls, especially if like this is a game you don't spend a lot of cash on, and I totally get it. I don't spend a lot of cash. I spend a little bit in my 77 account. I do the Google opinion rewards. That gives me about $5 to $8 a month so that I can pick up some of those you didn't qualify on Monday things in my secondary accounts to get them some gems and get them some katanas. But when you're looking at if you are buying some packs, the packs with the 5 power balls, like which ball would you want? Would you rather have a 5 power ball in your bag or a low wind 1 power ball? The low wind 1 power ball is awesome, but I have access to a Marlin or to a Navigator and a Quasar, and I have access to a 2 wind or 2 power ball, a katana. So having something that you could replace that with in a weekend round so that you could cut the wind down is great. It increases your odds. But on those holes that you need a power 4 or a power 5 ball, you need a power 4 or a power 5 ball. And there's just no 2 ways around it. And this is also one of those holes. You can get up here with a 3 power ball. You can bleed up into this area. I'm going to bring a power 5 ball and try and get on the green in 1. Now, if I'm out here in the fairway, I'm fine. Where I've been here the last few times I've been on it is I've been off to the side here, where if you go to the left, I have tons of fairway over here to the left, and I've ended up in this rough right here. I have noticed one thing though, and I was talking to one of my teammates, Kyle, this morning, and we were discussing this hole. When I do my rough iron, max club, minimum club, mid club, 3/4, quarter. This is 2. This is 3. When I'm somewhere right here in about 5 or about, is that right? 4/8, 5/8. It's about 4, and then 6, and then 3/8 is 8, and then 16, and then anything less than that's 4 miles per hour for half the cup. The range that I'm in down here should put me in this range right here, but it's not playing right. It's almost like the wind's not playing a factor. So I came into this area right here, and I gave myself some room and ended up missing the cup on that side. And then the next time I came through, and I ended up on the other side. So the wind thing here, if you end up in the rough and you're coming out with your rough iron, it's playing a little bit different. It literally is almost playing like wind's not a factor. But let's not end up in the rough. Let me see if I can just get on. So I'm going to go. And now my teammates are taking this, and this is a great shot, is you can take this with if you don't have an extra mile 9, you don't have an APOC 5, so you got all that tops in, you can take this with a big topper and a big ball to get you over into the same area. So if you don't have an extra mile 9 or a APOC 5, use your big topper. Big topper's a great club. It really gets good when it gets to level 6. I got my big topper to level 6 before the club card trading came out. I worked very diligently to try and get my big topper up, because at level 6 is where it gets that accuracy, and it's basically, it's a 2 per ring. So, I mean, it's right there with your extra mile. So if you play with an extra mile on a regular basis, accuracy wise, it's actually more accurate than your extra mile. So it does pick that stuff up. At level 7 is where it's going to pick up a bunch of that curl, and then it's really going to be a great club. So you can use a big topper. I'm going to use an extra mile, and I'm going to take a 5 power ball. And I bought some of those rose balls just for this. All things being even, the only 2 things I should need is that rose ball and that extra mile. Need to get an eagle on this hole. In practice, I think every time I came out here, I was playing with a 3 power ball and was doing max overpower shots. I ended up in the rough a couple times, and I was able to sink the shots. I think I got an eagle every time I got on this hole in practice. And I think so far in the tournament, I haven't gotten an eagle on here yet. That's how it works. That's how it works. See if my opponent, and I'm seeing people do layup shots, and I'm blown away. When we talk about risk versus reward, your risk of ending up in the rough on the shot that my opponent is taking right there is just as high as if you went for the green with that 3 power ball and did max overpower. And there you have a shot to get on. So why wouldn't you take the shot to get on? Now, what I've been doing wrong here is I've been giving myself too much room out here and expecting my curl to get me around the bend. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a little bit closer on the left-hand side. I'm going to take the 3-7 wind out. That's right at about, it's 4.2 for 2 rings, so it's just a tit shy. I'm going to put the forward moving wind back in, which isn't a lot. Put max curl and some overpower. Not max overpower, just some. And I hit it 1 ring great to the right. And I've been hitting it 1 ring great to the right, and I've been ending up in the rough on the right-hand side because I've been giving myself too much room on the left and thinking that my curl would bring me all the way back around, and it hasn't been. Because normally if you're putting on max curl or any curl and you hit a shot great to the right, a 1 ring great to the right. So let's say you go out, next time you're out there just practicing, if you're playing, if you're playing one-on-one against yourself or a teammate, go out there and take a shot and hit it straight forward. No curl at all on it, just straight forward. And try and hit it 1 ring great to the right and see where the ball goes. And then go out there and hit a shot and put just a little bit of curl on it and hit it 1 ring great to the right. And the ball will, while it landed, its first landing spot was to the right. The ball is still going to go in the direction that you want. This is that range here. I'm going to stay in the cup, but I want to be on the left-hand side. And we need to hit this perfect. Hitting it perfect. See if I got my adjustment right. Hit the flagpole. Excellent. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, what I was talking about there was if you hit a shot straight forward and you don't have any movement on the ball, you don't have any side spin, you don't have any curl, and you hit it great to the right, it's going to go great to the right. Its landing spot from where you set it up was great to the right, and it's going to go great to the right. But if you have curl on there, let's say you had left-hand curl and you hit it great to the right, it landed great to the right on the first bounce, but it's still going in a left-hand direction because you have curl on it. The fact that you hit it great to the left or the right doesn't take the curl out. It just means that your first landing spot was great to the right, but the left-hand curl is still pulling the ball to the left. And so having, putting that curl on there, where I was setting up before, I would hit a 1 ring great to the right, and typically that wouldn't matter. But I was giving myself too much room on the left, and that was forcing me to miss that shot. But that right there is exactly what we want to get done. I would actually like to be a little bit closer. I'm going to go back and watch that video and look at what I did for power on that, and where it came out, I would really put on a little bit more power. Not so much that the needle is going crazy in like a regular full overpower shot, but like right to that point where if you pulled back any more, the needle starts to go crazy. But I mean right to that point where the needle's not going crazy, because I would really rather take that shot. I would really rather be closer to the green taking that shot or taking a putt. That shot right there is definitely one of those shots that if you don't hit it perfect, it's not going in the hole. And I would like to increase my odds of making that shot by getting a little bit closer. All right, that was hole number 7 of the 2020 Winter Major in Wednesday's qualifying round in the rookie division. Thanks for watching.